Alright, welcome to Just Magic the Gathering. I was at a certain point looking to grind some tokens. I have 12 packs. I made it up to 10,000 coins, but I bought 5 to finish out basically 2 rings. But this should be 2 more rare cards, or rare wild cards, and I will be happy for them. At a certain point I was just counting my 2 commons, 1 uncommon so far. I got a first on Coitus, the Fangkeeper. It's for 4, white, green, black, is indestructible. Whenever Coitus deals combat damage to a player, exile the top X cards of your library, where X is the amount of damage dealt. You may cast any number of spells with mana value X or less from among them without paying their mana costs. So if you built a cheap deck or were able to buff it, it would work well. Kind of like the looks of that. First rare, I got another uncommon. When this creature enters until end of turn, another target creature you control gets +2/+0 and gains when this creature dies, return to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control, and it can warp in for 2. I actually kind of like that, because you can defend with something that you know is going to die, but you can buff it to be strong enough to take the kill, and it comes back. Enchant creature or spacecraft. When this aura enters, tap enchanted permanent. You control enchanted permanent. Enchanted permanent doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. It's a steal card. I kind of like the looks of that. So you don't really get to use it, but depending on what the abilities are, you can steal their abilities, basically. Elegy Acolyte. Lifelink as a 4/4 for 4. Whenever one or more creatures you control deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card and lose 1 life. Void. At the beginning of your end step, if a non-land permanent card left the battlefield this turn, or this spell was warped this turn, or if a spell was warped this turn, create a 2/2 colorless robot artifact. So, plays well with other warpins. And it looks like I'm after my next mythic, as opposed to another 2 rares. Oh, got a spaceship. Uthros Scan Ship. When the spacecraft enters, draw 2 cards, then discard a card. And for 8, you can turn it into a 4/4. Not sure how much I like that, especially for blue. When this creature enters, you gain 2 life. You can warp it in for 2. And then play it later for 5. It's a common. When this creature or another creature or artifact you control dies, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. And you can warp it in for 1. When it warps out, I don't think it counts as like dying. The Eternity Elevator. For 5, you can get 3 colorless. And for 20, tap X mana of any one color where X is the number of charge counters on Eternity. Interesting. Or yeah. So after you station it 20 times, it starts producing 20 mana. And I'll probably just do an open all here. And finish off all that magic. Another uncommon, my mythic. Not a lot new here. Which is good, it means I'm starting to fill out the set. Choose 1. Destroy target creature with flying, destroy target enchantment, or create a 2/2 black-green elf creature. And yeah, 2 more commons. As this land enters, choose elemental, elf, fairy, giant, goblin, kithkin, merfolk, or treefolk. It's pretty flexible. Add 1 mana of any color, spend this mana only to cast a spell of the chosen type or active activate abilities of a source of the chosen type, or it's one colorless. It's basically like the Shrine one, other than it's more flexible. Flying, that's expensive. When it enters, draw cards equal to the number of colors among permanents you control. So, for 6, you get a 3/3 plus its draw. As an additional cost to cast the spell, behold an elf or pay 2. And you can tap to add 2, activate only if there's an elf card in your graveyard. Lasting Tarfire. At the beginning of each end step, if you put a counter on a creature this turn, this enchantment deals 2 damage to each opponent. That sounds like it would work well on my counter deck. As this artifact enters, choose, I think it's the exact same set as the last one. Elemental, Elf, Fairy, Giant, Goblin, Kithkin, Merfolk, or Treefolk. When a permanent you control of the chosen type enters, you gain 1 life. And for 2, you can sacrifice this artifact to return target card of the chosen type from your graveyard to your hand. This creature must be blocked if able, and another target elf you control gets +2/+1 until end of turn. Boulder Dash deals 2 damage to any target and 1 damage to any other target. The Gloomy Ripper. When this creature enters, target creature you control gets +X/+0 until end of turn, and up to 1 target creature an opponent controls gets -0, -X until end of turn, where X is the number of elves you control plus the number of elf cards in your graveyard. I already have a Rating Schemes. Blaze, End Blaze Epiphany. End Blaze Epiphany deals X damage to target creature. When that creature dies this turn, exile any number of cards from the top of your library equal to its power. Then choose a card exiled this way. Until end of your next turn, you may play that card. And a rare wild card I'm glad to see. And the Bristlebane Battler. Trample and Ward of 2. This creature enters with 5 -1/-1 counters on it. Whenever another creature you control enters, while this creature has a -1/-1 counter on it, remove a -1 counter from this creature. So, yeah, I kind of like the looks of that. Or, yeah, there's I think it was the black card that allows you to remove all those. So, yeah, with that, I now have 5 rares, 3 mythics. And I'm starting to build my own commons and 65 commons. So, yeah. With that, I look forward to spending the tokens in the future.